Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here with us on this Friday morning. We're finishing up a great week, starting off the last day of the week, and we appreciate your viewership. Let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High 90, low 77. So we're in late spring still, so summer's right around the corner. Take a look at our temperature. Our water temperature at the end of the period right at 80 degrees. It dropped down a couple of degrees the last couple of days. Our river reading brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola Bluntstown right at 6.5 this morning and pretty steady. And the Choctaw at Caryville, right under 6 foot. Technically, it's a 5.9 this morning. And both rivers are pretty steady. And, you know, we've been getting these, this pattern we've had this week, these like afternoon and thunderstorms. It's been just like the summer pattern. I got a kick out of it because some of them just pop up out of nowhere and boom, there it is. So just be aware of that. They haven't been lasting too long, but it's been some good rain we've been having. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at today. It's June the 7th, and what great tides we have today. The high tide is this morning at about 10:15, and then folks, it's going out strong till almost 10 o'clock tonight. What a great outgoing tide. So if you can get off of work at noon and take the half day off, go fish some of these tidal flow. It's going to be strong. Tell the folks Coach Chester said you need off for the afternoon. Take a look at our fishing game time. Let's go and do that in this segment here. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. Our time, 12:22 to 2:22 this morning. And what about right at lunch, 12:52 to 2:52. That's just, if you're starting to think about what the tide is doing, it's just starting to go out strong. It's really moving then. So, you know, put that together, what's going on in the tidal flow. And that's some good fishing right there. Our wind direction will be coming out of the southeast about 8. Take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. You know, we get technology advancing in different things, how it affects the outdoors, and all kind of cool things happen. I know a while back when the drones were first coming out for outdoor use, I said, it's going to be a great idea. And sure enough, drone taking pictures of all kinds of things, people are using them. And so e-bikes have been coming around for a little while. And check this out, it's my good buddy, Kenny Bostrick. I've had Kenny on the show before. He sends me a lot of pictures. He spent some time up in Missouri. Okay, today I purchased an e-bike to help me get to my deer stands and go turkey hunting. Some of my stands are over a mile walk. At 75, I just need a little help. And they're quiet too, so check it out. Kenny, I'm gonna keep up. I see Kenny about every Sunday morning, and we're gonna, on a weekly report. That is not a bad idea. If you have to go way back in the woods, you got a little place there to put your, on the front, you got an old basket, and on the back you got something to put, you put a deer on and pull them out. So that's interesting. Big tires, I like that. Kenny, I might need to borrow it. All right, move on. We got all kinds of pictures. My good buddy Terry Morris, former University of Florida offensive lineman. This is his grandson, John Andrew Bland. He's fishing with Carter Myers and in San Andrew Bay. Check this out. Now I bet his grandson has a big old smile on his face. That's a great picture right there. I got to go fishing with Carter. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. This is Eastern Shipbuilding. They posted this, and the reason I put it on, we were talking recently about the boat building industry, the old shipbuilding industry, going way back to in the Millville area. They're building this ferry, okay, Fisher Island. Look, read about it though. They got a contract. It's going to be constructed at their Allenton and St. Joe facilities. This is a private community between Miami and Miami Beach, so that's probably some wealthy folks. And you can only get there by boat or helicopter, and they're going to finish in the spring of 2026. It'll carry 150 passengers and 30 vehicles, and that's just a cool design. And they're going to build it right here, so I hope we'll get to cover that launching. That's really cool. I got tickled. I wonder what Walter Sherman would have said back in the early, if he could have seen that in the future. St. George Island, they're catching a few pompano, but not a lot. That's from their fishing page there. 11 years, this was this past weekend. Chip and I, 11 years ago, we got to go. Our trip this past Saturday was canceled, but 11 years ago was we had a boat full of big old snappers. We got that picture framed right there. Matt and Eva Mullins, good friends of ours, and in fact, Matt and Chip played ball together, graduated together, and the cat brought him up. He's got some snake ID, so check that out. Remember, red on yellow will kill a fella. Red on black is a friend of Jack. So that's not a big coral snake, okay? All right. This is a joke now, okay? So this guy saying, hey, you're telling the game warden, I get hungry in the stand. The game warden said, first of all, that's a 40-pound bag of corn. Hope you appreciate that. Listen, this turtle nesting information, the first information we've gotten so far this year, it's preliminary statewide nesting totals. That's April 30th. Okay, this is interesting. 400 loggerhead, and there was 1,400 in 2023. So they're not quite there yet. But look at the leatherbacks. There are a lot more of them. 735 leatherback nests compared to 640 in 2023, and to confirm. The loggerheads, I'm going back up to loggerheads, they're way off that top line there. So anyway, we're going to keep up with that. It's always cool. I did the turtles before before it became actually a turtle watch. Okay, let's see. Okay, switching over. And you know this, keep the beaches dark, no flash, clear the way. This is common sense stuff. So, but some of these Karens get upset at it. One of my former students, Austin Carroll, caught this big old nurse shark. Smooth catch and release. It wore me out. So here it is. There's Austin there. Got him up there and got him unhooked and then released him really good in good health. So that's a win-win. Had a great time catching him. That shark had some good exercise. So, and a nurse shark, pretty good. And I'm going to talk about. Let's see. That's enough. I'll get to this later. What I want to get to. They're actually. Well, let me see, I got one right here. A good friend of mine, Harry Ivy. We do have one right here. Harry Ivy. Saw this, talking about a different thing. This is Shell Island. This a couple of days ago. A manatee swimming right there by Shell Island. That's cool. This time of the year, they're coming up here. The water's warming up, and they're headed up this way. Okay, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I got some great pictures here. My buddy, let me read it right here. Steve Rogers, head coach. Thanks to Panhandle Outdoors and Tarpon Seafood, my wife wanted the $20 gift certificate. This was last week, and the big speck Miss Gloria Turner caught was nice. She told me it's caught on a rod I built for her. Isn't that cool? And here's a new resident on my front porch. A bluebird is nested in a birdhouse my late brother-in-law Charlie Hutchison built. As you can see, she likes company. The birdhouse is right where I sit in the morning for coffee. So not to disturb her, I'll be moving to the back porch for a while. Thanks for all you do, Steve Rogers. So here we go. Okay, right here, that's where he sits for coffee, but look, okay, a little stand next to his rocking chair. Let me zoom in and send a picture of it. So that little birdhouse, and can you believe bluebirds started nesting in it on that wrought iron table? I love that wrought iron. Check it out. It laid the eggs and all. And it really put there for decoration. So that's cool, Steve. I'm glad you shared that with us. Now, this is interesting. We won't go ahead and talk about scallop season because we got the dates and pretty well same as last year, but here we are here. Scallop season opens, this came out of Woods and Water. Now listen, it opens in Taylor and Dixie County, and so that's the Denhatchee area on June 15th. But I read this is interesting, right here in the center. The bag limit will be reduced to 1 gallon of shucked per person or 5 gallons per vessel for the first 2 weeks of the season, okay? So anyway, you go down there, but then I guess the rest of the time, it'll go ahead and the regular limits. And here it is for the ones we're talking about. Gulf County, August 16th and September 24th, same as it was last year. In Franklin County, you see the others, all different dates, but St. Joe Bay will open up August the 16th, and I'm not sure what day that is, but I hope we'll be there. And the rest of them open up different days. July 1st is normally when a lot of them open up. So be aware of what's going on with scallop season. Okay, now this was interesting. It's not here in Florida. I just happened to run across it. Wanted to share it with you. The North Carolina Game and Fish Office. Let me see if I can find it. They actually, folks, have called off flounder season. And right here it is right here. Oh, no, that's the turtle season. Here it is, I got it right here. Here we go, we got it. No recreation flounder fishing season in North Carolina in 2024. Now that's very surprising. I started reading the details, and I won't go into all the detail. They said basically they're overfished and been overfished for a couple of years, for a good while really. And they've got a quota now, and anyway, they're talking about hope they can open it back up in 2025. And this past year, the limit was 1 fish per person and a 15-inch total length, a minimum size. So they had actually tried to open it. And listen to this, this middle sentence. There was a short recreation flounder season in 2023. It opened at 12:01 a.m. September 15th and closed at 11:15 September 29th. So that actually about 14 days. It was a 2-week season there, and they all got the quota, so very short, and it was a one fish limit. So that was really interesting as to what was going on there. And we hope that kind of stuff don't happen to us. Now I got a good email from Bent Rod Fishing Club. Okay, here we go. The J.B. Hillard just talking about water, but anyway, I want to read this one right here on Choctaw Bay. He sent this to all the members. With the revelations that have brought public awareness to the forefront of Choctaw Bay issues, it is evident this will become a public topic for discussion. The public exposure on the Panhandle Outdoors TV show and the resulting press release by Walton County is newsworthy. Now there's a follow-up to the county release. So anyway, what he's talking about, you know, when our guest came over from Choctaw, here's a picture of it right here, came over Choctaw Bay. Remember this? Well, I want you to look, that was a great video, and they did such a good job. But look at the number of views. Folks, we normally average 200, 240 views. Like the bottom right-hand corner is 240 views. Look at the views that we have had on this show right here, 1.8 thousand views in 6 days. That's incredible, it really is. I don't know, Jeff, does that set a record for us? Or that pretty well sets a record for our YouTube videos, and it's going to be, it's a topic where you see it was a need for that to be brought up, and they came over and talked about it. I'm so thankful they did, because so many people, what happens, they see it and then somebody else puts it on their page, and you know how social media is, it's just a ripple effect. And it's a ripple effect in a good way, where some good information spread out. So hopefully, you know, when I was over this past week, or last week, I was really concerned about that area as far as just the human population. And like they were talking about, the little holding ponds and all that, they're so important, but that runoff, there's so many houses there and so close, and we talked about it before. So hopefully they can get a lot of that alleviated as far as the problem they're having, and hopefully that will get better. So anyway, people are aware of it, and we're thankful that people are aware of it. Got a couple more pictures. Okay, moving on along here now. Listen, if you're interested in this, the Florida Python Challenge, our Lieutenant Governor, Jeanette Nunez, I've met her, nice lady. Registration is open, so go online and see if you can get a permit to go, and let me know. The Florida Python Challenge. And Brock Meyer, Brock's been on the show quite a bit, 3 or 4 times. Look what he caught the other day, a big old Goliath grouper, and you can bring them up. I mean, that is huge for this area. They got a picture taken, and they got him revived, and he eased way back down. So Brock Meyer and Brandon Ayers and Sean Patrick Lawless, the Greening Angler Charter. So I just thought that was really cool. And I want to also mention in closing of the week, again, how enjoyable it was to have Captain Billy Archer on the show this past week. And I got to thinking about him being a 3rd generation and this being his 50th year. quite a legacy they have there. And if you get a chance to fish with folks like that, you're not only going to catch some great quality fish, you're going to be around sort of you can experience some of the heritage of the Florida Panhandle. And hopefully, if you get a chance to talk to Billy, a lot of times, he has time to talk to him. Most of the time, he's trying to figure things out. But you heard what he said, though, on the Tuesday morning show. He's never seen this many people out there fishing. So there's a lot of folks fishing. And another thing that really people don't realize, and he mentioned it again, he told me this before, he lost 50% of his spots that he fishes on. He lost 50% with Hurricane Michael. And I know a lot of folks that lost their spots, and it was just, and I said, well, what happened to them? I thought they just move around, you know. He said, no, he said they didn't move, they just sort of just integrated with things just sort of, the current was so strong, it just ripped them apart and just debris scattered for miles. And it's really, and so nothing clumped up like that. So anyway, there's some good information for you. All right, every Friday we'd like to give away some seafood from Tropical Dock Seafood. A $20 gift certificate winner is going to be all the way from Deer Point, Sam Redding. Congratulations, Sam. And a big red snapper. And the snapper season got off to a slow start this past weekend. Most trips, almost all trips were canceled. Some folks went out Sunday and Monday, but it's picking up now. And this weekend will be big. And the winner of the big red snapper, all the way from Fountain, Ty Cobb, the Cobb family up there. So good job there. We're going to take a break, come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back and welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast. Brought to you by good folks, Jessica Ling Insurance up there in Lynn Haven, and also Hammer Down Construction with Matt Andrews. So we're glad to have them each week. We talk about them. I keep up with them on social media, and they're staying active. Great business plans they have, and doing a lot of things too for other folks. So let's see, we're trying to get room here and get set up. The first thing I thought about, what I talked about earlier on the fishing report, I wrote down 2 words. I'm going to put this together last night. The first 2 words came to mind because of my experience last week: fish early. And we know that. A lot of times we take it for granted. And old timers, I know y'all go just naturally waking up early, but our young fishermen and all, especially when you're in a populated area, St. George Island, Cape San Blas, Destin, if you want to get up before the crowd, you just want to fish early. So keep that in mind, fish early. So I'm going to start on the western end again because of, like I said, I was there, so I had some first-hand experiences and reports. The surf fishing was okay. Like I said, I talked to a couple of people surf fishing. I didn't get down to Henderson Beach State Park. I wanted to, but I didn't make it there. Surf fishing was okay. They've caught some scattered catches of pompano. They're pier fishing. They're catching some kings off the pier now. That's good to hear. They're catching some nice kings have been brought in. I haven't had a lot of pictures to show, but I've just heard from different people. Wade fishing over there in our bay system, wade fishing, again, you want to be careful of, you have scratches and all, but some folks, don't let that deter you. A lot of times just take waders out there, or some boots and all. So wade fishing has been pretty good, again, early in the morning. So those 3 things right there. I'm going to go, the area I want to talk about, okay, let's go to Chautauqua Bay. Again, we'll talk about coming through the pass here, and that's of course, where we were coming through the pass. And there used to be some great fishing there, but right to the area down here is Destin. You see all the houses there, but anyway, as you come through the bay, up on the bridge, they're going to be fishing all the time for bull reds. They catch and release those, and the flounder, of course, start coming through. And then move on up. Normally I go on the north side of Chautauqua Bay, but we're going to stay on the south side. And moving over here to the docks. Okay, on this point right here, I was looking at this last night. I have not fished this point, but if I was a guide, see all these docks? These docks, okay, look at these docks here. They're coming way out, and see that channel? That's got to be some great fishing in there. Up in Jones Bayou, you could dock fish in a kayak or a small boat, and you got your channels, and then moving around on the back side of it. Like I say, I have not fished there, but just from my experience and just looking at that situation, that would be a good place to go. So moving on down, and then of course we always talk a lot about this point here also. Both of these points. Anytime you got a point coming out, look at these docks here. Okay, anytime you got a point coming out, same situation here. You look for channels, and you know this is just Google Earth. You can even get a lot better photography off drones and all. But great fishing in that area. I mean, you could just take a kayak and hit these 2 points here, and then coming on across the bridge. And of course, we'll talk a lot as we come in here. This area right in here, Point Washington. There's not a lot of houses back over in this area here. So anyway, got some great fishing over there in Choctawhatchee Bay. So anyway, I'll move on. Got to move on real quick. Phillips Inlet, the Phillips Inlet area, Camp Helen State Park. Again, I'm talking about dock fishing a lot because they're going to be hanging out this area right up in here. You stop and think about it. I always look for the pass and look for the nearest places they can be, up under the bridge and then off to the left here. Coming on in here to our local area, every time I talk about the jetties, let me see. I don't get seasick on me now. Okay. Our bridge fishing here, the kayakers, you can put in there on both sides of the bridge and catch some big bull reds, and that's good fishing there. But I'm talking about the jetties. I haven't talked about the jetties the last couple of weeks. The jetties are always steady. Again, the strong tides coming in, strong tides going out. If you're in a boat, though, that's great fishing right there, and also off the point here. I haven't heard many reports of fishing there, but that's some good flounder fishing right there now. Moving on to Allenton Point. I'll get over here at East Bay to Allenton Point, right here. As Sandy Creek. I haven't talked about this lately either. I know the shipyard's there, but you got some great places back in here to fish. And then it's tight as you're coming out on East Bay, working eastward, right in the middle of the screen there, some great fishing. And then also off this point right here, some really good fishing report there. I want to go down to Carabel because I talked to my cousin last night. He was fishing in Carabel. Go way on down here. Okay, and basically they're fishing. Carabel fishing been really good. Okay, but he was fishing right here off the. We're talking about the bridges and the East Point. Right there, there's a campground. He caught 5 redfish. Cousin Curtis Locke came down from Chattanooga. They camp out down there about a week at a time. They fish off. They have a camper there, right there in that area. And I won't tell you exactly where he fishes, but all he uses is just some shrimp and a cork, and he just throws it out there and sits there. And they have the campers out there on the water. So he's been there a long time doing that. He's always had great success doing it. And he's very patient with it. So the red fishing in Apalachicola Bay, bottom line, has been really good. First-hand report from some family members. Also, the bridge fishing off the bridge there at East Point is picking up. They've caught some nice drum there. So anyway, I've got to wrap it up for the week. It's been a great week. I'll do something good for someone else today. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.